Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the different type of foreigners who come to China right after this intro. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm an American that's been living here in China for about 14 years. Right now, I'm sitting outside here in Zhongshan, China. It's in Guangdong province. And as I mentioned, today we're going to be talking about the different type of foreigners who come to China. And the reason why I'm making this video is to educate people on the type of foreigners they may come across, so that way they know who they're dealing with and what to expect, and just have a better understanding of those people. And then also, if you are a foreigner living in China, then it also lets you know where you are in terms of on the different types of foreigners here. And just know that no matter where you are right now or where the foreigner is right now, they can move, change, or evolve to the different type of foreigner that's in China, which has happened to be my case. It actually happened to me. So let's dive into this topic and talk about it. But before we do, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit the like button, and also let me know in the comments below, have you came across any of these type of foreigners, and did I leave any out? If you could think of another type that I didn't mention in this video, let me know in the comments below. So let's dive into it and talk about the different type of foreigners who come to China. Okay, so the first type of foreigner that we're going to talk about is going to be, we'll call the opportunity seeker. Now, this was actually me when I first came to China, but I've since evolved into a different level of foreigner. But the opportunity seeker is basically, well, in my situation, right, I come from a small city in America. It's like 30,000 people. So you can imagine the opportunities there, not many. And then in my case, I don't have any friends or family who are living in other cities or states. So I didn't really have a chance to move to another place to seek for better opportunity. So because the cost of living in Asia is cheap, I took what little bit of money I had and I came to Asia to start over and look for fresh opportunities. And these are one of the type of foreigners that you'll come across. And they may not be in my situation, but they also may be someone who's like, say they have a lot of very useful skills or a lot of knowledge, but they come from a country where, you know, they can't earn a decent living for the knowledge that they have. So they come to China to seek out opportunities to put those skills to use and earn a decent amount of money based on what they know. So these are going to be your opportunity seekers. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is going to be the educator. And actually about 90 to 95% of the foreigners that come to China are somehow involved in education. Now, there's different types of educators, mainly the ones who are serious, who actually enjoy doing what they do, and they constantly like learn and study and try to evolve into a better educator. And then the second one is going to be the people who just basically just passing by. They just do it for a couple years to earn some money, and maybe they're also just not serious. They just do it for a paycheck so they can have some money because they don't know anything else. And so those are also the other type of educators you come across in China. And let me know which kind you've met below, because I know you've met one. Okay, so another type that you'll come across is going to be the sexpat. So this is usually actually younger dudes who are in their 20s, and they come here and get a job in like education, teaching or something, but they're not usually interested in the job. They're just earning money and here having fun and playing, you know, going out to bars and drinking and trying to pick up as many girls as possible and just having lots of different women and stuff like that. And these are quite common here, especially in the bigger cities like in Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. You'll come across these type quite often, and they usually hang out like in, you know, popular expat communities. And there's usually a lot of the type of girls that hang out in those places. A lot of times are girls who are, you know, easy for them to, you know, to have fun with. So this, you come across this in every country, and especially in Asia. So it's not like an uncommon thing, but be aware that they're out there. Lots of them are out there, and you'll come across these quite often. So that's another one, the sexpat. Okay, so the next one is going to be the businessman, Now, this is a small percentage, maybe like 1 or 2% of foreigners that you come across will actually be businessmen. And these are the people who actually came here and are strictly doing business here. And more times than not, they're either like restaurant owners, like bar and restaurant owners, or they're working somehow with e-commerce, like import, export, and selling stuff online via e-commerce, like drop shipping and things like that. You'll come across these type of foreign businessmen quite often. And well, not quite often, but they're the most common type that you come across, are those working in e-commerce and those who are like bar, restaurant owners. So the businessman. Okay, so the next one you're gonna come across is gonna be the backpacker or adventurer. And so basically, usually these people are usually working here in education, but their main purpose for being in China is to just visit all the historical sites, because China has a really long history. They say like 5,000 years plus history. So there's lots of cool historical sites to visit and that are really interesting. And a lot of these backpackers, they come here and they work like at a teaching job in education, just to earn money to get by while they go and explore all around China and visit all the wonderful things that there are to see here. So you'll come across these every now and then also, but I would say they're not a large portion of the expat community in China. Okay, so the next one is going to be the loser. These are the guys who are losers at home in their home country, and they're still losers here in China. And again, usually the loser ends up getting a job in education because there's not many other jobs available for this type of person, and they need people to fill those spaces because there's just not enough educators in China. So the loser usually ends up working in education, and that's why a lot of educators in China get a bad name, because of these losers come over and do this type of job. And then the ones who are serious about the job and really love it, it makes us look bad. So the losers basically at home, maybe like they were into bad things, like into drugs or some stuff like that, or they can't get a girlfriend or something like that in the home country, and so they come here to try to just make themselves feel better or look better or something like that, and try to pretend that there's something they're not. So the loser. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is going to be the bargain hunter, and usually these guys are also working in education, but their main purpose is going to be seeking out a place where they have a low cost of living and a high salary, so they can save money towards like retirement and things like that, as opposed to working in America or their home country and not being able to save enough money to retire. So the bargain hunter is also a person that you may come across here in China. Okay, so another type of foreigner you'll come across in China is going to be the foreign student. I've met a few foreign students here, but I've never met any from America actually, or from other Western countries for that matter. Most of the foreign students I've met come from somewhere in Africa, or I've met a few also like from the Middle East, but I've never met any from like America or England. I'm not sure why that is. If you're one of those foreign students, let me know in the comments below. Why did you choose to study in China and not in another country? I'm just curious. But you will meet some foreign students here, and most of them that I came across were pretty nice and pretty friendly, so I've had good experience meeting the foreign students. Okay, so another type, I'm going to categorize these together. It's going to be your entertainers and your white monkeys. So I put them together because I don't really know how to separate them, because a lot of the white monkey jobs will fit into the entertainer category, but not all entertainers are white monkeys. But for example, an entertainer job would be like I've got a friend named Trey and another friend named Sam, and these guys are what you would call entertainers. They're doing like a job in like professional wrestling. They're professional wrestlers, and so their job is to entertain people via wrestling, which is almost like acting. And I believe they also do some acting jobs, like TV shows and TV commercials, or commercials for games and apps and stuff like that. So that's going to be your entertainers. And then also when it comes to entertainers, there's some that are working in some nightclubs. A lot of times these are like Ukrainian or Russian dancers. They're just like dance in nightclubs, and that's another entertainer. And then the other one, like I said, the white monkey jobs. These are jobs that people are doing where the only requirement is to be white. Like I've seen a job advertisement just last week, like a CEO of a company was hiring a white man, a white European man that had to be 6 foot tall or taller to accompany him to a dinner with business clients. Just basically pay him to pretend to be his foreign friend and foreign business partner, even though he not a businessman, right? Just a person, a job for a white person. And then I've seen some other jobs for what I would call white monkey jobs, like some modeling type jobs, like for products, like some of the shopping websites. They always ask for a white model, and I don't understand why a white model needs to wear this shirt when a Chinese person could wear the same shirt. So these kind of jobs are considered like white monkey jobs, where people just pay you money for basically being white because they think it raises their status or makes their product look better or something like that. So those are the white monkey jobs. And that's the other type of foreigners you come across in China, the white monkeys and entertainers. Okay, so another type is going to be the wife seeker, aka also known as the passport bro. So if you're not familiar with this, these are guys who are looking for a better quality of woman outside of their home country because they don't necessarily like the women or the values of the women in their home country. So they come to Asia, places like China and Thailand and Japan and Philippines and places like that, in search of a wife who meets their standard of what they think a wife should be. So they're looking for a better quality woman. And in my opinion, I mean, people look down on these guys, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a happy life. And if you think, having a wife from another country that meets your idea or standard of what a wife should be, and that makes you happy, then go for it. What's wrong with that? Okay, so to sum things up, I myself am a mixture of several different types of these foreigners. Like when I first arrived, I was an opportunity seeker. I was here searching for a better opportunity. And now I've moved on to other categories, and probably like a mix of other categories. I would say one would be like a serious educator, because I do love my job and I do take pride in doing what I do. And then the second one, I would say also kind of a bargain hunter, because the cost of living here is so cheap versus the salary. It allows me to save a lot more money towards my retirement, so I can retire much earlier than I could if I was living in America. And then the third one, I would say maybe I'm a passport bro. I'm not really feeling the culture in the West, and I don't really feel in tune with Western women and their ideologies. And so I have more interest in the Chinese way of thinking and what the people in Asia have to offer as a culture and as a life partner, as opposed to, what American women have to offer. So there you go. I admit it, I'm a mix of several different ones. And if you're a foreigner in China, let me know which type of foreigner you are. And if you're a Chinese person watching this, let me know what type of foreigner you've came across here in China. Don't forget to leave the comment below, subscribe, and watch this video, because this is what YouTube thinks you should check out next. See y'all on the next one. Peace.